How's it going, everyone? College Lefty, and in this video I wanted to kind of talk about what is the best version of MLB The Show 20 that you should pre-order, or which version is best for you specifically. So basically I have this screenshot, and for those of you that have already purchased the game, that's perfectly okay. I kind of wanted to wait to make this video until like the hype started to come about with the game and everything. They just recently sent out invites for the beta. I know if you signed up for it, you didn't necessarily get it, and they're working on some issues in terms of that. If you didn't sign up for it, you might actually have that notification. But anyway, let's go ahead and get right into it. So the very first thing I'm going to talk about is the anniversary edition. I think that this edition of the game is amazing. I like the fact that it also has early access for 4 days. Each of these versions has 4 days early access, except for the standard edition, which is something to keep in mind. If you purchase one of these more advanced editions, you will get an early head start on some gameplay, which is always pretty cool as well. So another tip in there is that it's also on the weekend. So that's also really nice to have extra game time on the weekend, as well as a brand new baseball game to play. But basically, this MVP edition of the Steel Book for the anniversary edition is basically the similar game disc as the MVP edition. It's a hard copy of the game. It's not the digital copy. You'll obviously get the actual disc, as well as one of these special edition hats that is, in my opinion, the nicest hat that they've had released for this type of promo. So I think that if you're a fan of it, if you like Javier Baez, if you like the Cubs, then you might lean towards purchasing that. Also, to keep in mind, there's a lot of DLC content included in this edition. You get double dailies, which means every time you log into the game, they're going to give you 2 cards. It could be a common to a diamond tier player. They're going to give you 2 of those instead of 1. So that's important to build up your inventory. That's going to give you extra stubs throughout the entire year, and something that is new to the game. I think that that's a great feature that they've added. You're also going to get 30 team avatars. This is something that has been included in every MLB The Show game pretty much. It's basically an avatar, which is a picture for your profile on PlayStation Network. So if you went to my profile, College Lefty, and saw my avatar, it is the Spider-Man logo. I've kind of mixed it up every now and then. I also have 30 team avatars from previous MLB The Show games that I have used. I like the Tigers, so I usually put that one as my avatar. But it's a nice addition. It's some pretty cool content for your overall PlayStation Network account. The Diamond Variety Pack is something I think is going to be similar to the pre-order or the special edition diamonds. The special edition diamonds, you got one for pre-ordering the game last year. If you pre-order this version, the anniversary edition, through GameStop, then you are going to get a diamond player. More than likely, it's going to be, a mid-tier 87 overall, 88 overall if they keep the same overall system. And it more than likely will be a flashback player similar to what we have this year in MLB The Show 19. A lot of people picked the switch hitting Chipper Jones right away, and that was a great addition for a lot of people's squads. I think that gets a lot of content out day one as well. So keep that in mind if you're thinking about, should I build up a budget team? What's going to give me the best advantage to get a couple good players right away? Am I going to play the game a lot more? Is this $100 worth it to me? The next thing is 20 the show packs. I think that that's important, as well as 2 gold choice packs. So the gold choice packs in this year's game in MLB The Show 19 were basically 2 gold live series players. They gave you a variety of options, and you got to choose one. I thought that this was a great addition to the game as well. You have a variety of a decision to make rather than a guaranteed just one card randomly. The next thing is 25,000 stubs. That's about a $20 value right there. So if you think about it, if you purchase the standard edition and spend $20, so it's not quite $100, but you're kind of spending, $66 with tax and everything, plus another $20. You're looking at close to $90 for around the same thing, the 25,000 stubs and the game. I would rather spend the extra $10, get yourself this hat, get yourself a couple cards in the game, as well as a Diamond Dynasty MLB The Show hat in-game. I think that that's pretty cool. That New Era 5950 digital hat there at the bottom is actually the same hat that you will be able to wear physically, but you can also put that on your players in-game for your Diamond Dynasty team. I think that that's pretty cool as well. So let's go ahead and talk a little bit about the Digital Deluxe Edition now. It's some of the same things here. We have the avatars, of course, the double dailies, which is important, the early access, which is very important as well. I think that the Digital Deluxe Edition is a little bit better because it gives you 2 diamond variety packs. You get the digital version of the game, so you don't necessarily get the hard copy. I guess the downfall from that is if something happens to your account where you lose your password or something happens to it, then you would not necessarily have the MLB The Show game anymore because it's that digital version. But I think if you plan on, storing the digital version in your PlayStation on your hard drive or whatever, and you plan on just using that digital version for the entire season like I have done the last few years, I think it's a great way to kind of, save a disc. You keep the content on your PlayStation at all times, as well as you can, game share, things like that. So I think that it's pretty cool, as well as you're guaranteed 5 gold choice packs. So that's a little bit of an increase from the anniversary edition. I think that this version personally is the best way to go. It has the most value in terms of actual content for Diamond Dynasty. And if you don't play Diamond Dynasty, if you plan on playing Road to the Show, things of that nature, you will be able to sell these rewards that you get, and you can buy equipment for your creative player. You can buy sponsorships for franchise, things like that. So it's not all about Diamond Dynasty, but these values, these versions of the game will give you an increased value for other modes, even offline modes, if that makes sense. But 20 the show packs, that's kind of the standard throughout this for these $100 versions. And then, of course, the 25,000 stubs for MLB The Show 20. That's another, once again, $20 value. That is amazing. And that's something that I'll be purchasing here pretty soon. I'm going to be purchasing this Digital Deluxe Edition. And then I also might go ahead and, buy some stubs on the side like I've done in years past. As a person that creates content, I would recommend doing that. But as a person that doesn't create content, it's up to you. You don't have to necessarily purchase in-game currency on the side. You will be able to build a pretty good team with this regular Digital Deluxe Edition. I've done that when I wasn't creating content. I've done it for a couple years, and it worked out well. But once again, that's a PlayStation Store exclusive. Of course, at the bottom here, additional pre-order bonuses. All PlayStation Store exclusive will receive a 1 gold choice pack in addition, as well as a Javier Baez flashback for MLB The Show 19, 5,000 stubs for MLB The Show 20, and then with the GameStop version, the anniversary edition, the one that I was just previously talking about, you will be able to unlock a 1 Gear Up pack, which is an equipment item for your creative player. Most likely, it's going to be a gold tier equipment item, and over time, it's probably going to go for around 100 stubs, 250 stubs by the end of the year. So try and figure out if that's worth it to you. I wouldn't necessarily purchase the game from GameStop, but that's just my personal opinion. I think this MVP edition is another great value. It's another great way to get into the game. If you're new to the game, you're not necessarily sure if you'll like MLB The Show, but you want to kind of try it out. You want to kind of get a pretty good team initially. You want to have some leeway with some stubs and kind of build up, a silver and gold team. I feel like you can do that with the MVP edition. If you purchase one of the more expensive versions, you might end up with a majority of gold players on your team initially, which will certainly help you out from the beginning. But basically, you get the early access once again starting on March 13th. You get the MVP edition Steelbook case, which I have purchased in the past for MLB The Show 17, and it was a very nice case, a nice pickup as well. I've had that game. I've had the disc. I did have something happen to my account, so luckily I can go back and just re-download that game. Just a nice example for you all. And another thing with this is the 30-team avatars, the double dailies. It is going to be 1 diamond variety choice pack and 2 gold choice packs. So even with this mode, or even with this edition, you still get the same amount of diamonds and golds as you would with the anniversary edition. You don't get the hat. You don't get as many choice packs or as many the show packs either. You only get 10 the show packs and 10,000 stubs, but still pretty decent value for $80. And I have gone this route in the past, and it's worked out. Of course, with the standard edition in MLB The Show 20, you will be able to still earn a very good team. If you're looking to go completely no money spent or as little money as spent as possible by just purchasing the game, then the standard edition is perfect for you. You'll get one gold card to start off, and you will have the game on March 17th or so when it is released. March 16th at midnight, 12:01, right on the 17th, you will be able to play it. And the thing about this, though, is you will have to download it because it is a standard edition of the game. If you don't purchase it digitally, you will have to download and install everything once you get the disc. That's another reason why I like the digital version as well as the digital deluxe version, because you can download and install the game in advance and play it early access March 13th, right when it hits 12:01 a.m., and go ahead and get right into the game. I think that that's awesome. Another thing, and I quickly wanted to talk about, is basically the stub value for the game. If you're looking to purchase the standard edition, you can also, add in, $50 worth of stubs, get 67,500 stubs. That way you can build up your team a pretty good amount, and you're spending around $110 after tax, things of that nature. If you wanted to go a little bit big and buy $100 worth of stubs, then you'll get 150,000. It goes, each 1,000 stubs is $1. You do get a little bit of a bonus if you purchase more. 5,000 stubs would be $5. 11,000 is 10. 24,000 is 20. 67,500 is $50. And 150,000 is $100. So there won't be a stub sale. As you can see here, there's a stub sale currently going on in MLB The Show 19, 40% off, 50% off, 60% off. This will not be the case when MLB The Show 20 is released, but I have purchased $50 worth of stubs the last 2 years, and I've been able to build a pretty good team right away. So just kind of wanted to give you guys my output and my input as well on some of this content, some of these options, and kind of which version I'm going with. I am going to purchase the digital deluxe version of the game, but at the same time, I have been a college student. I have loans. I got stuff to deal with, so that's the reason why I haven't purchased it yet. But I wanted to get this information out there for you all. If you have the beta code, be sure to watch my previous video on what you can and can't do with that code and everything. Make sure to post all your feedback onto the website. And once again, everybody, I appreciate everyone watching this video. If you enjoyed, please leave a like and subscribe if you are new. I'll see you in the next one. I'm College Lefty, and peace out.